primary and runoff, I started having neck problems, and it turns out I had a bone spur. And then on August the 12th, the doctor, well, actually it started hurting really badly again on August the 12th. We were going to put surgery off till after the election. But it started hurting badly, and the doctor called me on August 17th and said, Bill, he said, I got two choices for you. He said, we can either have surgery like now, or you're going to have some severe problems the rest of your life. I said, I'll be right there. And so it came at a really bad time, but it's funny how God works in your life, because if it had happened any later, it would have been a much worse time. So I had surgery 5 weeks ago on August the 19th. I have to wear this thing 24/7, but I think I'm down to the last 6 days if I'm lucky, and then we get to get this thing off. So you have to put up with a stiff-necked person for a few minutes. I'd like to introduce Bo Rothschild. Where's Bo? Bo is back in the back. He is our campaign. One of the bad things about this is you can't drive yourself, so Bo has to drive me, and he carries my bag and all the stuff I can't do. I can't lift anything here with your milk jug. But anyway, Bo is with me tonight. He is our district director for the northern part of District 17, and takes care of things in Cleburne and Hood County and down in Somerville County. Also like to recognize one of my home district Tea Parties. The Texas Patriots Tea Party has a group here, so thank you all for being here. They have been, they're newly formed, and they have just been great supporters, and you can tell when you're driving down the road because they've got our signs all over the sides of their car, along with the American flag. Before I start, please remember to pray for our country. When the founders of this country wrote this document, I have to say they were divinely inspired. Whoever else would have thought, how could you have ever dreamed of a government that was created of, by, and for the people? And I do believe they were divinely inspired, but that same goal is under attack today. There are people that would like to tear it down and reform it into a different type of government. But I don't think God's done with us yet. And we'll reach out and get on our knees and remember what He has in store for us as Americans. I think we can get that exceptionalism back. And then also we need to remember to pray for our troops, the people who protect it day in and day out. So please remember that. Today is also a special day in history. Anybody tell me what happened today, 1789? Yeah, Bill of Rights? Okay. Bill of Rights was released to go to the States to be ratified. September 25th, 1789, 221 years ago today. That Bill of Rights that you and I are all desperately trying to protect. So please remember that. Now, why am I running? I had a perfectly good job. I was running a perfectly good business, had a perfectly good salary. But in 2009, I'd wake up every morning and I was sick to my stomach about what I saw. I'd look out the back window of my house and it looked like it did the day before, but it didn't feel like the country that I grew up in. And I decided, you know, I want my kids to have the same opportunities that I had. I grew up poor, worked hard, put myself through school, worked hard, and then ultimately set the corner office as CEO of an independent oil and gas company. Only in America can you do that. Only in America can you have that dream. If you want to work hard, study hard, invent a new widget where you can do whatever you want to, or help other people, whatever it is. That's what the American dream is all about. And I watched that being destroyed for our two sons. And I decided it was time to reinvest in America and to reinvest on behalf of all our kids and grandkids. I'm not doing this. I don't need this on my resume. I've never run for anything before. And I decided, you know, America's worth it. I'm going to reinvest in my country, and I'm going to fight hard to restore America's promise and its prosperity and its security and its honor for future generations. And that's why I'm running for Congress. Now, what is it I stand for? Let me tell you what I believe in. And it's fairly close to what I see on this lady's shirt back here. I believe in limited government. I believe in adherence to the Constitution within the four corners of the Constitution. That's some wild interpretation of it. I believe in fiscal responsibility. I believe in the free enterprise, private sector system. I believe that we also have to have conservative social values, and we also have to come up with a scheme to have energy self-sufficiency at some point in time. Those are the things I believe in, and that's what you can count on me to do when I go to Congress. Now, one of the things I think it would be important is to talk about Well, let me tell you a little bit about me personally. Grew up in Texas Panhandle. My wife grew up there. She and I have been married 32 years. I put myself through Texas A&M. My dad thought I'd get more value from my college education. I had to pay for it myself, and he was right. And then we have 2 adult sons that are 29 and 26, and we just found out on August 12th, the same day my neck blew up, that we're going to be grandparents for the first time. So it was kind of a bittersweet day that day to go through both those things. Now, what's the status of our race? Y'all are here, you're here, you've been engaged. I've met several of you that have come from up here and gone down in our district and block walked or made phone calls for us at the Victory Center in Fort Worth, and I appreciate that. I want to tell you what you're doing is paying off. The last poll that we ran on Sunday, Monday this week shows that we're leading Chet Edwards 55 to 36.
Wow.
That's just a poll, though. I've told everybody, we're going to run like we're in last place, and we're going to run all the way through the tape, and we're not going to stop till the last vote's counted. And so we've got 37 and a half days to go now. Let's work hard all the way through. And I appreciate everything y'all are doing. We ran a poll in May that said we were up by 12 points. We ran a poll in July that said we were up by 20 points, and I couldn't believe that one. They just seemed too good to be true. And then Chet Edwards on August the 15th started a series of scorched earth ads. And he tried to make me look like the lowest level life form. And after 4 weeks of that, we polled again. I didn't expect to have any lead left, and we're still leading by 19 points. And that's just amazing. It just shows that American people are fed up with negative politics. They're fed up with the democratic ideal, and they're ready for the right kind of a change in Washington. Now, in the second quarter, here we've got a 20-year incumbent that some no-name like me decided to go up against. And we outraised him fundraising-wise. Now, just by a little bit, but still, anytime you can take a no-name and go challenge her and go up against a 20-year incumbent and outraise him, that's pretty amazing. That's the good news. The bad news is he's had a year and a half to raise money, and so he out